Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
Find yourself a seat, grab a drink, settle in. We're taking off in Serenity again. Ain't no alliance watching, ain't no reavers near. Just a crew of misfits full of good cheer. Got Jane with his hat, Wash at the helm. Kaylee's in the engine room, ain't nothing overwhelms. Zoe stands ready, Miles got a plan, and River's whispering things we don't understand. Oh, we aim to misbehave through the verse, through the stars, through the night. So brave with a Browncoat heart and a bottle of beer. We keep flying, ain't no troubles here. Ain't no need for crying, though Fox did us wrong. This crew's still flying in story and song. Ain't just a show, it's a way of life. Graham legend still shining bright. Oh, Book's got his wisdom and I got grace. Alliance can't touch us, we're out in space. The engine's still humming, Serenity's free, and we got each other, that's all we need. Oh, we aim to misbehave through the verse, through the stars, through the night. So brave with a Browncoat heart and a bottle of beer. We keep flying, ain't no troubles here. No power in the burst can stop us. No way. No power in the burst can stop us. Not today. They took our show, but not a fight. We keep watching, this crew's still tight. So pass me that whiskey, raise it up high to Wash, to Zoe, to the ones who ride. We keep on flying, ain't gonna fade. Firefly forever, our love won't fray. Oh, we ain't no misbehave through the verse, through the stars, through the night. So brave with a Browncoat heart and a bottle of beer. We keep flying, ain't no troubles here. No power in the burst can stop us. No way. No power in the burst can stop us. Not today. They took our show, but not a fight. We keep watching, this crew's still tight.
Oh, there we go.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to our final episode of Firefly before we go to the Serenity movie. Now, I would be sad I don't get to play that song after next week. With me, I got Red and Germ. How are you doing?
Okay, how you doing, Gorilla?
It's been a shitty day at work, but had an interesting evening. How are you doing, Mikey?
Suzanne and I are doing great. Thank you for asking, Gorilla. Hopefully your weekend will be a lot better.
Oh, that's good. PvP, how are you doing?
I actually had a shitty work day too, Gorilla, so I can relate to what you're saying. I was really looking forward to Firefly tonight because I really need to have a bit of fun and get my mood up because I'm kind of in a lousy mood right now. So I'm sure this will help a lot.
Yeah.
So this is awesome.
We'll start with the chat here. We had Mikey saying Serenity, the movie will be the finale.
Yeah.
And great Firefly background. Oh, that's the one I use every week.
Yeah, it's still
and
cool.
Hey, Curtis, hey, Curtis, how's it going? Love me some Firefly. You still on there? And clear musical intro, cool. Yeah,
cool.
I love the song.
Yeah.
Hey, cool. Let me some Firefly. All right. So hopefully this works, and I'll go ahead and hit play.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Oh, thank you for the closed captioning there, Gorilla. That helps.
Yeah, I just hope I hope the quality's higher this week. It doesn't look too bad so far.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
A lot better than last week, that's for sure.
See, I wish they could have explored their friendship and their relationship.
Yeah, good old Fox. Yeah, they were building the plot lines quite nicely by the time they got to this final episode.
There she is. That must be hard on the feet having her walk barefooted on the
I bet you it's
The
carpet and it's push. Yeah, and they just put the sounds in.
It's wood and not metal.
Oh
that's
yeah.
wood, I'm sorry. Yeah, wood. Yeah, that's directed energy.
What the hell's up with her? Feel like she's
You
all
do
drunk.
realize she has empathic powers, right?
You do, yeah, you
Okay.
do know that, right?
This is pretty much the worst crew in the entire verse for her to be around.
Okay, she's overwhelmed, obviously. Oh, a tree?
That might have hurt.
A little bit. Okay.
Guess who left that line about?
Who left it?
Big, Dumb, and Ugly.
Yeah. Hey, Jim,
Okay.
how's it going? Oh, we're doing good today, Jim.
Oh, yeah, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
Links at the top there if you want to watch along.
Somebody's calling.
Well, take my sleep.
I cannot stand the sky from me. Take me out to the black. I ain't coming back. Man, and boil the sea. Take the sky from me. And serenity. Take the sky from me.
I cleaned my office and found a desk and lots of eBay stuff. Nice.
Nice.
Hopefully, some good stuff in there.
So, PvP, what is the official name of this final supposed episode?
I believe this is Objects in Space.
Objects in Space? Okay.
And I believe this is also one of the episodes they never bothered to actually show on Fox.
Oh, okay.
If you can believe it, because it's a really good episode. Boy, did Fox ever screw this show up.
They really did.
I do believe it got suspended for the ALDS, which would be common for them.
Yeah, I think they only aired 12 out of the 14 episodes originally. Something like that.
So, the actor is Richard Brooks, and he's playing Jubal Early. And if you recognize that name, that's a name in the American Civil War for one of the Confederate generals that was down in the South. I love his airwalk. Spacewalk.
Let's see. I love the theme song. Hail the Jim's Landscape Cover Productions. And Jim says hey to Curtis.
That's one of those good old fashioned songs there, right, Curtis? That we don't hear anymore.
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah, that's not creepy. How about a little more ice cream? Just thinking about that. Oh, yeah. Don't worry, I'm not on camera. Yeah.
Mikey, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Nothing.
maybe you
Oh.
want to mute Mikey if you're having conversations.
Let's see. Joss Whedon was related to Jubal Early, so he named the character after him. Nice.
There's so many good lines in this episode. Wow. You know, I don't know how many times she keeps giving him a total chance and he keeps screwing it up.
Oh, hey, we got JPRH1. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today, John?
It's not entirely his fault. He lives on a very small ship with a preacher.
Simon's very gifted at putting his foot in his mouth when he's talking to Kaylee, though.
Oh, so you're saying he cockblocks himself?
Basically, he seems to, doesn't he? Oh, well. Not everybody's a smooth talker, I guess.
So who's this jackass?
That seems to be a bad idea to have a button where you can lock everybody in their quarters without a passcode. But he
He probably hacked it.
he must have, because he did pump some numbers in there, didn't he? So, yeah, that's weird.
Well, this guy, it says that he's a bounty hunter sent from the Alliance.
I don't know if he's from the Alliance. I get the feeling he could be possibly, like a gun for hire type of guy. And maybe he did get hired by the Alliance. That's possible.
Okay, this guy's creeps me out.
He's really creepy.
Of course, you missed the priest.
And normally Book's pretty good at taking care of himself, but not when he's being ambushed.
Shit.
Yeah, I think Early's definitely one of the creepiest villains in this whole show.
He obviously has no morality.
He's amoral, I think.
Amoral?
Well, there's moral, there's immoral, and then there's amoral in the sense of, you know, he's not good, he's not bad. He just doesn't give a fuck, you know? He just don't care. He plays by his own rules. But it's not like he's driven by being evil. He's just driven by being what's working, the ticker in his head, which ain't right. Let's put it that way. He's definitely off his trolley.
He's a bit space sick.
He's a bit nuts.
Yeah.
Which makes him an interesting villain because he's so unpredictable, really, in certain ways.
Yeah. Yeah, Curtis says he wished that the movie would have done more with the book.
With Book, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's try not to give too many spoilers because I'm sure there are a few people that might not have seen the movie yet, but I do think they missed some opportunities with the movie.
Well, there was some outstanding circumstances when it came to that movie.
Oh, of course. And you could see visibly that the actor had aged in not a good way.
Dude, this guy's fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
He's a psychopath, basically, Gorilla. Basically a psychopath.
I guess I could see why they didn't show this episode.
I think this is a great episode. I bet this would have got more people watching the show if they'd shown this one.
I agree, but yeah, I think
I like a strong episode, and this is a very strong episode in the sense that we got some very unpleasant shit in this episode. And I mean that in a positive way, right? It's a brutal episode, but it's a very entertaining one.
The problem was this one was past censors to make it onto even weekend basic television.
There's your title, Mikey.
Yeah. Roll the credits. Objects in space. Roll the credits. He just licked a pipe.
Yep, he certainly did.
Yeah, Mikey didn't know that, Sir Curtis.
Wow, he just hit her. I hope he dies.
He's a very messed up. He's a very messed up person. That's for sure. That's why I like this episode, though. He's such a creatively bizarre character. God, that was a funny line.
Yeah. Kill him. Get him. Oh, goes to black. Retro.
I'll be right back.
All right.
We'll put it on pause, Gorilla.
Put it on pause. You don't want to miss this. This is good stuff, Gorilla. You really don't want to miss this. If you haven't seen it before. Oh, well.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I can only imagine how many wonderful episodes we would have had if we got 4 or 5 more seasons.
Well, at least 4.
This show, I mean, back then shows were doing what, average of 7 seasons?
An average, yes.
This show deserves 7 seasons, I think.
I think so.
The show would have never ran 7 seasons, 3 or 5 at the most.
Whatever.
Yeah.
7 seasons, that sort of fell out of way maybe 10 years before this.
I don't know.
Star Trek was
No.
Star Trek was the exception. Everything else was failing a lot faster.
Well, Buffy the Vampire Slayer went 7 seasons, and wasn't that around 2000?
Buffy went 11 seasons.
11 seasons.
No, it went 7. 7 on the TV.
We got a beep.
Yeah. Hey, sit down.
Hey, Stan.
Hey, everyone. And Germ, Firefly came out in 2002, didn't it? Or was it later than that?
Anyway, guys, we're getting to the more actions part here, so maybe we want to watch it.
Yeah, it's almost over, guys. We can talk.
We can talk later. We can talk later after it's done. I just love the way they switch this up at the end.
So basically, he's Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Too bad you missed most of this one, Dan, because this is a really, really good episode.
That's good.
I was occupied with farm matters, but PvP.
Oh well, you can always watch it. You can always watch it on your own online somewhere. I do recommend it, Dan, because it is a very entertaining episode. Hmm. 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 And then he goes back to sleep.
He's got an arsenal.
Space is the final frontier for him.
I think so.
More like the final resting place, I would say.
Me too.
You know, I bet you though, if we got a couple more seasons, they would have brought him back somehow.
Oh, then you would have survived?
Well, yeah, he would have got picked up by a ship or something and survived, right? How much you want to bet, guys? I mean, seriously, I bet they would have brought him back.
He probably would have came back, PvP.
Yep. Well,
Well,
look how they brought Nishka back within what, a couple 6 episodes or whatever. So,
well, PvP, you could say he was spaced out.
oh, he was very spaced out.
Oh, he just
Oh, ouch! Ooh, ouch! Ouch!
Ooh, ow. He just took a left by Uranus there, Dan.
Hey, is there anything Zoe can't fucking do? Seriously?
Yeah.
That woman is talented, I'll tell you that.
A jack of all trades.
Definitely. Oh man, this show it was just getting on track, like really. Damn.
The world.
And she shows telekinesis.
Nope.
Yep.
I love that ending. It's like
that's great.
he's so psychotic. He doesn't even seem to care that he's probably going to suffocate. It's like amazing.
Yeah. So I just wanted to quickly mention the actor who played him, Richard Brooks. He's still around. He's an actor, director, and writer. He was in the sequel, The Crow, City of Angels, in 1996. He was in The Hidden, playing Sanchez in 1987. He worked on a TV series for 34 episodes from 2013 to 2018, Being Mary Jane, Patrick Patterson. In 2020, he directed a movie short called Anticipation. So, yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. Richard Brooks.
So when did this series come out, roughly?
02.
This series came out in 2002.
Because I was going to say, well, Resident Evil was partially right on the average season length of what TV shows usually got. Because, well, Germ's half right. Because if you go by Stargate SG-1, that went for 10 seasons. But then again...
One is a 90s show.
Yeah, but it went all the way from 90... I think it's 97 or 96, then went all the way to 2005. That's a 10-year show. And then its sequel show, Atlantis, went for 5 seasons. And then the Black Sheep, which I call it, which I've seen it, is Stargate Universe. That went for 2 seasons.
If you average out, the average is about 4 seasons for most sci-fi shows in the 2000s.
Yeah. And don't forget, Germ, that Star Trek Enterprise with Bakula only lasted 5 seasons.
No, it's 4 seasons, Mikey.
4 seasons.
It was only 4? I thought it was 5. Okay, 4 seasons.
Yeah, 4 seasons.
They got dropped season 5 after it was approved. Then it was unapproved.
Then it was dropped. Okay. So, yeah, because I thought it was going to go 5. Okay. That's where I got that confusion. Thanks. Yeah, 4.
Well, I think probably there were plenty of fans that thought it should have got one more season and it didn't, right? So,
I would have thought so, especially after In a Mirror Darkly. That was great.
But didn't that
those
end
In a Mirror Darkly episodes were add-ons. They weren't going to happen when they had season 5. They're just.
I understand that. No, I do understand that, but I think it would have been great. Yeah.
Just like, have a good night, Jim.
Night, Jim.
Yeah, good night, Jim.
Yeah, good night, Jim.
Good night, Jim.
I would say this, that Stargate Atlantis, the show should have wrapped up with a movie, because the season 5 ended with a cliffhanger, sort of. It did somewhat close up some loose ends, but left a lot of loose ends left.
They were planning on doing a film, actually, Dan, to wrap it up. And then that got fucking canceled.
They got canceled in favor of Stargate Universe. The movies were planned for the SG-1 crew.
No,
when the DVD market fell out,
they were planning.
They didn't do any more.
No, I've read online. They were planning to do an Atlantis movie. It was on.
You got bad info.
It was on.
They had 2 more seasons of Atlantis they wanted to do. Then they said, "Oh, we're going to move all this money into this heavy drama one."
Oh,
and then putting a bullet in the head of the franchise.
How many episodes did the universe last year?
More than it should have.
Yeah, exactly my point. Yeah, they took a show that ran for 5 seasons and did reasonably well, and killed it for a piece of crap, basically.
Yeah, but there was never any movies planned for Atlantis.
I've seen lots of websites talking about an Atlantis movie. I mean, it was in the early planning stages, maybe, but I'm sure I've read stuff about it over the years. But
all I've ever seen is they had a 5-movie deal planned for the SG-1.
Well,
They got through a couple of them, and then Netflix decided, hey, we're pushing streaming, and the DVD market went to shit.
That could be why, because I think the Atlantis follow-up movie was going to go to the DVD market directly, which could be the problem, I suppose, in hindsight, right? So
yeah, I just wanted to correct one thing that Curtis said. It said that Joss Whedon named the bounty hunter Jubal Early after hearing that Nathan Fillion is related to the general who died in 1894. That was also the name of a ferry between the Maryland and Virginia sides of the Potomac River.
But it does have a connection to the Civil War, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Jubal Early was one of those Confederate generals of the cavalry. And Early's cavalry, like Nathan Bedford Forrest, somehow survived after the war and became eventually the KKK. So, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And I want to say night to JPRH1.
Good night.
Right.
Good night, John. And we did see Jubal Early's spaceship earlier in an episode of PvP Trash. Which was seen near a floating island. It only made a brief appearance.
Yeah, and I would say this: Jerm must love General Bedford Forrest. I'm joking, of course, unless he does indeed love him.
Who the hell are you talking about?
I needed a good laugh. That was a good one.
I don't know.
All right. Well, I may have said the wrong name. It's the one that Mikey was talking about a few minutes ago.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, I didn't know that. So the character Jubal Early was partially influenced by the Star Wars character bounty hunter Boba Fett. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but can you prove it though? Like,
well, the spaceship it said here looked like they said it bears a striking resemblance to that of Star Wars bounty hunter Boba Fett's Slave One ship. And I agreed with that when I first saw it. So.
Okay, but still, it doesn't prove. I mean, it could be coincidence, right? It's hard to prove things without actual proof. If you know what I'm saying. Like,
I understand, but the one thing they did verify is that the series was canceled in December of 2002, and
that's right.
Early was going to come back in the Serenity movie, but he didn't. But he was they had planned that for him to be back.
Well, yeah, that's why Curtis is on the screen here saying that the assassin in the movie was supposed to be Early, but obviously he was a different character. Because actually, I shouldn't give too many major spoilers, but I find Early a much more interesting character than the guy in the film, unfortunately. Not saying the assassin in the film is a bad character. He's interesting as all hell, but somehow I just couldn't quite connect with him as much as an interesting villain as I did with Early, because I thought Early was a very, very interesting bad guy.
Yeah, we could have expanded on him, I'm sure, right? PvP if they had a few more seasons.
I'm sure. I'm convinced, because it was almost too obvious when he got bounced out into space that he was going to die. And I'm thinking, knowing the way Joss Whedon and Firefly, the writers, took this series and flip-flopped us on our heads so many times, with surprises, right, that we were never expecting.
Yeah, I love how you said that. Yeah.
Curveball. It's like, okay, I know they're going to bring this guy back because he's just too good a bad guy to waste him, right? Right.
I agree.
Yeah. How about this? How about we got an episode with Early and Saffron teamed up?
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting.
Would have that been fucking awesome? Nah, that would have been good.
I agree. It would have been awesome. That would have been a good meeting. Sure.
So PvP, you were saying that Joss Whedon and the writers were playing the M. Night Shyamalan card when it comes to writing and all that?
I think they were at times.
Yeah, I think they were a few times.
I think they did like to surprise the audience quite often, so which is the good thing, I think, because far too much television is totally predictable, right?
Or boring.
Well, predictable equal boring, right?
Yeah,
Same thing,
exactly.
basically. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Oh.
that's sort of what happens to long-running TV shows too. I mean, like for SG1, I'm surprised that it went on for 10 seasons. When some people say it should have just went for at least 8 seasons.
Yeah.
The only
Well,
reason it
but-
went 10 seasons is because of X-Files.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting too because weren't the last 2 seasons of Stargate SG1 wasn't that when they brought in Ben Browder and Claudia Black from Farscape?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it became the offshoot of Stargate Atlantis, and then they had Universe after that.
Yeah. I man, that's a show Gorilla could do watch parties. I love Farscape, but it's like 80 what is it 80 episodes 88 episodes or something like.
Well,
It's quite long.
It's very long, yeah. So
And I already made him watch that. He was not impressed.
really, I'm surprised.
You made Gorilla watch that already? Oh,
I
I think I came in
Well,
about
there-
halfway through your watch parties of it, Jerm.
No, you came in maybe like 3 or 4 weeks in.
yeah.
I'm surprised that I thought Gorilla. I always gave Gorilla more credit for being an imaginative person than not liking Farscape.
and I will say this: I probably will be in the minority of the Stargate community, but I actually did somewhat enjoy the last 2 seasons of SG1 because they brought in, I would say, arguably one of the best villains of the Stargate franchise. Did the Ori, basically living gods, in other words.
Let's be honest, Dan, you're impressed by the ship porn.
Partly that, but then I just love the Ori, how they're basically religious, zealous hypocrites.
Kind of like the gold.
Yeah, but here is the critique. The Ori had the power to back it up. The Goa'uld did not.
Well, I know one thing when they brought in Ben Browder, I take nothing away from the actor, but I wish they could have had Richard Dean Anderson at least do one more, maybe 2 more seasons at most, because he was still the best.
Well, for what I hear, they were planning on to have a Stargate movie with him as the main character, but that fell through.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, still, he would have been great if you had kept him in for a few more.
Oh well.
Yeah, after they decided to do the last 2 seasons to break the record,
Yeah.
Richard Dean Anderson was not interested because he was already having, I believe, his back problems or some other health problems.
Oh, that's right. He was going through some physical problems, wasn't he?
Yeah, he couldn't do it full time anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's the thing. As fans, we all too easily forget that our favorite heroes on screen are actually real human beings in real life, and they have all the aches and pains and problems that many of us do. So it's like when somebody made the comment about they wish that Book had been more in the Firefly Serenity movie. I typed in, I think the reason was Ron Glass. You could tell visibly in the movie that he did not look as healthy. Like he did not look well. Whereas in the TV series, he looked very robust, muscular and robust for a man of his age, right? And he got in those action scenes with the fist fights, and he looked really good in the TV series. But when we got like the movies, 2-3 years later when they did the movie, something like that, he noticeably looked like ill, like he was maybe, I don't know if he had cancer but there was something definitely going on where he did not look well, which is the reason I think they had to limit his participation in the film.
He had respiratory problems.
That's you go.
What eventually killed him.
Okay. Yeah, I know there was something wrong. As soon as I saw the movie and the first appearance, when they opened the door and there's a book, and I'm like, wow, Ron really doesn't look good. He really looks like he's got some issues.
Yeah,
anyway.
I just want to mention one more quick thing about the episode. Did you guys notice anything around the 12-minute mark? It says here, according to IMDb, while Kaylee was revealing River's extraordinary killing skills in the common area, you can definitely see a crew member on the left side of the screen bent over the counter reading a binder. Did you see that?
I didn't notice it.
Oh, okay.
No,
All
that's
right.
generally chopped off
Yeah.
if you're taking on if you're watching a DVD.
Just a sec. Have a good night, Curtis.
Hey,
Hey,
good night, brother Curtis.
Nice,
Night,
Curtis.
Curtis. Have a good one, buddy.
Yeah. Always good to see you, my friend.
Well, it's like the fans that nitpick. There's that one TOS episode where apparently because they always have the sliding doors on the show. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And there's that one scene in one episode where for like half a second you can see the stagehand's hand pulling the door open.
Yeah.
But I probably watched that episode 10 times before I read that comment. And then of course after that, every time I watch that damned episode now, of course I see the fucking hand. And I'm like, well, thank you so much for enjoying my fantasy enjoyment of this fucking series. Whoever posted that, fuck.
Oh, just go ahead and watch the remastered version. They take it out.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
They do withdraw it from the remastered 4K versions.
No, yeah. The only problem is though, I still prefer the original effects because I started watching the show in the '60s, so
I like them either way.
Well, there's some improvements. Like there's some parts of like say Doomsday Machine where it actually improves in the remastered version for sure, but I just find the Enterprise looks more cartoonish in the remastered. The CGI stuff. It just doesn't
why
float
that
my
is.
boat.
Yeah,
you know why it looks cartoonish, right?
You'll tell me, of course.
They use the Filmation cells to create the special edition.
That makes sense then.
Yeah. And hey, Scurvy.
Hey, Lemon Pie. Lemon Pie has finally joined us. Hey, Lemon.
Hey, Lemon.
How's your pie doing tonight there, Lemon?
I bet it's filled.
Okay, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Jeez.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
Well,
I know I should save that for tomorrow.
Well, tell me, what is Lemon Pie's favorite pie?
I'd say probably lemon.
Probably lemon. He likes lemon meringue, he said. He wants that fresh, cool whippy type, stuff on it.
I haven't had lemon meringue in so long. Lemon meringue is pretty tasty, though.
It's very good, though. Apple. Oh, he likes apple.
Apple.
Wow.
I like apple. Apple's good.
Pure apple is good. Yeah. If you make it fresh, it's awesome. Add that little bit of cinnamon. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You gotta cinnamon. You gotta put cinnamon. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's gotta have cinnamon for sure. Yeah. Cinnamon.
My mom, when I was a kid, my mom used to make these amazing meringue pies. Oh man, those were the days.
My mother must have done. I know my mother did something right when she taught both my sisters how to make lemon meringue pie. Because I couldn't even begin. I was like, "What the hell?" And my brother had no clue. But both my sisters knew how to make one, and they always made good ones. So
yeah, my mom was.
I give mom credit for that for sure. Yeah.
My mom was a great cook too, Mikey. Like man, and she was a working woman too. Like she worked at Safeway as a cashier for like, God,
yeah, you told me that
20-something years, right? But she'd still come home after a hard day's work and prepare an amazing, meal for us all. So last week, yeah.
But we're getting some new revelations here about lemon. He says his top one is apple, then he has pumpkin, then pecan, and then he's got key lime.
Okay,
and I can agree with all four of those. I think they're great.
If you got 4 above lemon, then why the hell are you called lemon pie?
Oh, he has his reasons.
It's probably a secret code or something, right? I know. Lemon pie is the secret code to launching the missiles, isn't it, Lemon?
That's too funny. Oh, man.
I
know why Gorilla called him Scurvy, because I had something to do with the pirates back in the day.
Well, it was the British Royal Navy when they had scurvy.
The Royal Navy.
They started feeding the sailors lemons so they wouldn't have scurvy, right? Is that correct, Gorilla?
Well, I was thinking more of pirates there, and they kept getting sick there. Then this all came about the same time that they're suffering from scurvy on Gilligan's Island.
But I do,
And
I do
they
remember,
had lemons on the island.
but I do
That's true.
remember back then the British Royal Navy made it mandatory for their crews to consume lemons and citric acid or whatever to defend off the scurvy stuff, right? So yeah.
Yeah. Now sift in. If you take, in my case, I'm allergic to green beans. I know that sounds weird, but I am. So if you take those out, you got a pretty good dinner right there with the chicken, the mashed potatoes, and gravy. Absolutely, and slices of bread.
Hey,
Yeah, it was.
I'm allergic to celery, so everybody's got allergies to something, right?
Yeah, yeah. Lemon said it was the British Navy that sucked limes. That's right. It was the pirates after that, like Blackbeard and so on.
I'm so glad that he didn't say it was the British Navy that sucked limeys, because that would have had a totally different meaning.
Well,
That's Ivy. Oh, that's great. That's great. Oh my lord.
That probably is where the word limey comes from. To think about it. Thanks, Lemon. I never
Yeah,
actually put that together.
Hey,
Well-
Lemon's got an encyclopedia of knowledge there
Well-
in his
He's a smart man.
pie selections.
Yeah, and PvP. Well, the Navy does love their seamen too.
Oh,
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 Dan.
oh.
Oh, Dan.
Dan.
don't
Oh,
go.
Dan. You
There's only the only
sexy-
thing is that it's a different spelling. I think probably there, Dan. So just
Oh
saying.
my god. Woo.
But that was a good attempt. Good attempt. I gotta say. I gotta give Dan a bonus point for that one. Really, I really should.
Okay, you gotta give him props.
Gotta
Well,
give him some
P-
props.
Well, PvP, just don't give me a boner, okay?
Oh.
Hey, why do you think I don't have a camera? If I had a camera, you'd never get a boner. Believe me.
Hey. Careful, Sif Dan. 2 words. Raw magazine. Remember that incident? You don't want to go back there.
I don't even. Was that a magazine back like in the 80s that covered comic books and science fiction or something?
We were
Sure,
I
we'll
don't
go
want to go into it because we were talking to Sif Dan and Sif Dan was reviewing stuff and then he came across Raw magazine. Some
Well,
article.
Well,
I
here's
remember-
the whole thing, though. Though we kind of looked up what the magazine was there, and we just gave him some shit about it. If you would have just owned it and went with it, you know, it would have ended there. But since he took it now they apologize for it. It's just like
Gorilla, you didn't just own it, you ran with it, okay, for a while. Come on, be honest.
Yeah, I know. If someone will point that out, I'll run with it. Also, hey, gay people are just intelligent opinions as a straight person. On
Yeah.
good-looking characters or actors.
Yeah, then unfortunately you saw my wife's gay cousin in a weird movie called Queer, and then that stopped you dead in your tracks.
Oh
You're
no!
like,
Well,
holy
that's
crap.
that's a whole different situation.
Did
That's
you
a whole
really?
No,
even-
not quite different.
Did we even have to hear the name of that? That should be a name that is never mentioned again. That movie.
Well, there's a lot of things we should never mention again. Even
Hey.
besides
Okay.
that.
I guess do I have to mention Russ Meyer's Up movie again with Uncle
No,
Adolf?
you never have to mention that again. If
Okay.
we promise never to mention the Queer Craig movie, we will never mention that Adolf up the butt movie yet. Either.
I think we should agree that those are unmentionable films in the vocabulary.
Yeah, I think we should just keep them in a contract where verbally, where we all say we'll never mention them again under penalty of death.
It's like as Uncle Adolf would say, verbally verboten.
Yeah,
Family
but
revolting.
but PvP, I would say the ladies and Up, if they were ladies that show their assets, well,
That's why
if something was up for some of us.
Well, that's okay, Dan. My criteria for showing Up, Russ Meyer's Up, and it's up with like a capital, but it's instead of just like a capital, it's got like a head on the capital, if you know what I'm saying. But
PvP, I'm just doing these sexual jokes. Since you guys keep opening the door for me to your sexual jokes here, I keep doing them for you guys.
Okay, well, hey, I do the same thing sometimes, but I just wanted to mention that was cringe. We did that one for Cringe Stock, right? If you guys remember.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And there were a couple of criteria that I picked that one. One, Gorilla he's always complaining about equal representation, and he needs to see tons of titties. And I was like, okay, this movie's got tits, more tits than you can even handle. And that's a sex joke in itself. But you know, then you got all the titties, and well, not just titties, but you got bush, you got butt, God, I mean, there's like dozens of good-looking girls in that, right? And then for the cringy part, you've got the Uncle Adol stuff early in the film, which I agree is very, very cringy, which is one reason I selected it. So I think my selection of the movie matched the criteria for cringe and boobies, and I think it was a good pick on my part. I really do.
Yeah, and all it cost us was all of us being put on a special list for the FBI.
Well, whatever. Hey, I make no guarantees. If Gorilla wants to show it, then it's up to Gorilla.
And Gorilla, tell me something. Why do you have such an offensive reaction when I mentioned Barbarella? I mean, come on, Jane Fonda's not even nude in most of it. So why would you even have a problem with her on that?
Two words, Mikey. Hanoi Jane.
Oh, okay. A Vietnam thing. I understand.
Did you ever do the research about look at those videos of her in Vietnam?
Yes, I had to do that as a project. Yes, I did.
And she's supporting the communists, and she's actually I've seen videos, I think she's with the American POWs that were horribly treated, and the communists used her for propaganda purposes. They trotted out some of the American prisoners, and with Jane there, they tried to make it look like the prisoners were being very well and humanely treated, which was not the case. And Jane Fonda, of course, being a naive actress instead of an actual savvy politician with half a brain, bought it hook, line, and sinker, swallowed it up like a bowl of ice cream. And that's why a lot of people fucking hate Jane Fonda. And
yeah, I understand that.
You know, so yeah, I can understand. I agree with Gorilla. I don't think it's necessary to show her on his channel if he's got the same thoughts about that. I mean, it's up to Gorilla. Always up I respect everybody. If you want to show anything on your channel, go for it, right? So, but I understand why Gorilla's resistant to do it.
Well, I mean, I was just overlooking the political aspects and just saying it's a funny romp, and yes, it has its TNA in moments, but I mean, it's not. It's not like it's. You know.
Jane gets naked in it, so you know.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I've seen the movie. I watched it with my cousin and his wife one time, and it's okay. You know, the thing is, it's not even really that great a film. It's not. I wouldn't call it a classic. It's like a passable B sci-fi flick. You know, if you want to kill like 90 minutes or whatever, it's fine. But
yeah, just so you know, my Suzanne said that her dad dragged her to see it. So as a kid,
hey, Ancient One.
Hey, Ancient One. So,
and what was her review?
Probably don't want to hear it.
So
she was just a kid. She wouldn't really remember most of it, but
okay.
Probably not a good review at all. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I found it very confusing.
Confusing, she says. Confusing.
Yeah, it was a weird film. It was definitely a product. That was what 1968 or something, right? Like it was a product of the time.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, you know the film, the closest film to that reminds me is the Flash Gordon flick, right? That we did watch that one time on, I think on Gorilla's channel. We watched Flash Gordon, didn't we?
Did we? I thought so.
I think we did watch Flash Gordon.
Oh, Flesh. Oh, Flesh Gordon. Yeah.
No, Flash.
Oh, the original Flash Gordon.
Yeah, with
from
the Queen
1980.
music.
I thought we watched that. Yeah, I
with
thought
the Queen
we did.
stuff. Yeah, And actually, I really like that film, even though it's goofy as hell and really stupid in a lot of ways. It's still entertaining fun, right? If
it is.
you just got to
It
turn your brain off at the door and you're good to go, right? So
So PvP, is that the one that went with the Hawkman? In other words,
Yes.
mhm. Yes, it had the really bad special effects of the Hawkman flying around, flapping around at the end of the movie. Yes.
Lemon says flesh. But
you know what?
Every one of us.
All right. Hey, Mike, you want to read this?
Yes. Agent One says, "Welcome to Gorilla's Censored Thoughts podcast live stream. Our awesome gorilla with censored thoughts. Check him out to see what he's about. And there is Gorilla's link. Thank you for being here with Gorilla's Censored Thoughts. Our awesome gorilla with censored thoughts. Please follow him and smash that like button if you enjoy his content. Enjoy your stay." And then he says hello to everybody.
Hey there, Ancient One.
And I'll say hello, Ancient One. Lemon says it. Hello, Mikey Who's 4. And Flash. He saved every one of us.
I actually really like that. I mean, I thought the soundtrack was kind of pretty weak stuff for Queen, but I gotta say the theme is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and the best part was that both Larry and I on the set of Highwaymen met Sam Jones, and I got to party with the dude. So there's that.
I'm jealous.
That was fun.
And I hear he's a really cool guy from what you guys.
No, he's awesome. He's great.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll even tolerate his appearance because he actually did pretty well in both of the Ted films that Seth MacFarlane plays the teddy bear.
I like the Ted films actually.
Yeah, they're both funny as hell. But Sam Jones.
Made me laugh.
Well, the TV show was also pretty hilarious too.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
didn't we watch some of the TV episodes, Gorilla?
Did you guys watch
7?
Yeah,
you did. No, okay.
There's nothing like a talking teddy bear talking really filthy though. That was quite interesting.
With Mark Wahlberg, sure. Why not?
Yeah,
he's a nasty booger himself.
Yeah, for you guys just had to bear it, huh?
Yeah, we just had to bear it. Yeah, sure.
They literally bared it in those films. Like, is it in BEAR bear? Yeah.
Yeah. Then of course the bear married a blonde hottie. Wow.
I saw a blonde bimbo and a teddy bear, huh?
Yeah.
See, that's the way it goes. You get famous enough, it doesn't even matter if you're a stuffed teddy bear without any real functional equipment, as Data would say.
I'll bet foreplay was fashionable.
Well, I guess if the blonde likes something really fuzzy down in a certain area, she might really enjoy that, I guess.
Yeah, and it says I could just hear Germ right now saying I could just hear Germ right now. What are all these idiots doing sexual jokes for?
Wow.
Guys,
I'm looking for a special little PSA for you.
There you go.
We're just having stupid fun, is what I would say.
Yeah, it's good stupid fun though.
You can't, life goes by way too quick, and I am at least 2/3 of the way through it, and I'm at the point now where I don't really give a fuck anymore what anybody thinks about me. I'm just gonna do my thing and have some fun with my good friends that I've met on here, which I include you guys as good friends. And if somebody wants to be offended, well, there's hundreds, thousands of other YouTube channels you can go and watch right now and have fun watching that, right? So you don't have to listen to this dumb asshole, Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, since actually, are you still streaming? No, you've ended the stream, right? Yeah.
No, he's still
streaming. It's still going.
Oh shit!
We're
okay.
Still going.
Wow.
So don't say whatever you're gonna say, or else all Gorilla's hard work goes right down the tube.
No, it actually wasn't anything bad at all. I've probably said more stuff tonight that I shouldn't have said. But no, I was just going to mention, like, as a big, music fan, I was very saddened to hear a couple days ago that Clem Burke the Blondie drummer passed away at the age of 70 from cancer.
Yeah,
That
I
really
was
sucks.
devastated by that too, because the
'Cause-
last instruments I used to play were drums and different percussion instruments, so to speak, with a friend of mine's band.
yeah.
And now that you see that Phil Collins has gone to shit, and then Clint Burke
Oh,
dying, and you saw Neil Peart from Rush die, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
I know.
They're the part of the bands there.
You know what's going on. We're losing all the great ones, Mikey. That's what's going on.
Oh yeah, and we lost Taylor from the Foo Fighters. Holy fuck, Taylor Hawkins.
That was
Man,
like
was
that was like at least a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Mikey, you certainly knew how to drum up interest, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I drummed up interest and more. I even played a decent cowbell. You try and play cowbell in rhythm. See how far you get.
That's one thing I think's missing from modern music is a good cowbell.
Yeah. We definitely need more cowbell in songs. I agree.
You remember, like in the 70s, it seemed like every other song had fucking cowbell in it.
Oh yeah, just about.
It was nuts. Was it not insane? Like it was just. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm going to post something in the private chat that maybe Gorilla might want to briefly play once he ends the stream, so we're in backstage without any copyright shit, because it's only like about 2.5 minutes long, so it's real short, and it's really great because it's early Blondie doing the song off their second album live, and Clem Burke is just fucking nuts on this fucking video, and they show a lot of them, so it's really great stuff.
Yeah, and Greg is in the chat there.
Welcome.
Hey, Euler. Hey, Euler.
And look how enthusiastic Lemon Pie is. It says, yes, PvP. Stream is over. Let her rip with some crazy shit.
You want a crazy story about the Flash Gordon movie? I'll give you a crazy story. One of my best buddies, who has passed away like 10 years ago, went to see it in the theater when it came out, right?
Yeah.
He got so fucking stoned before he went that halfway through the film, he suddenly had to take a ginormous whiz, right? So he headed out to the washroom, got in the washroom, did his, watered his horse, so to speak, and got that done with. And then he was so stoned, he told me this story. It took him 30 minutes to find his way back to the door to get out of the washroom.
Oh, jeez.
I'll never forget that. So I'm thinking, you're kidding. You missed like at least a quarter of the movie because you had to take a leak. It was like, oh, that was so good. Life can be so entertaining at times in a weird way.
Yeah.
I always thought that was funny as hell, though, when you told me that story. It's like, seriously, Jim? Wow, Jimbo. Seriously, buddy. Oh, well.
All right, but this seems like a good spot to end. All right. So, thank you all, Greg, for coming on his channel. He's spoiler-free reviews and a few other videos there, so make sure to check him out. Thank you, Scurvy, for coming, and thank you, Agent One, for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you, Curtis Selby, for coming. He has a political channel, and I will say this is the politest political chat you'll ever find amongst people there. We can all have our disagreements, but we'll still all do it nicely.
Curtis has an awesome channel. I agree 100%, Gorilla.
Yeah, I love Curtis Selby's channel.
Yeah.
It's nice and calm unless I'm there. Then I'm going to go Alex Jones on everybody.
Alex Jones.
Hey, Jones.
The turn of the freaking frogs day.
Hey, yeah.
Thank you, Jim's Landscaping LLC, #1 cover for productions, for coming. He has occasional live streams that he has his Star Trek fan films, and then he has a few puppy videos and stuff like that on his channel. So make sure to check him out. I believe that is everyone. So, Cynthia, what you got going on?
Alrighty, to all you viewers and chatters and panelists that know me, don't know me, Sci-Fi Sit Down. I usually cover different sci-fi TV shows and movies. I do my Dark Matter 2015 TV show watch parties on Wednesdays at 5:30 Pacific time, usually with my co-host if he's available. He usually is. And I do my live streams usually on Saturdays between 2 and 4 p.m. Pacific time. I do cross streams with my fellow community members, Gorilla Sense of Thoughts and Resolute Germ. They usually allow it. They're nice guys, but I decided to not do one tonight since I was already late to the party tonight. And I try to upload a new video on my YouTube channel towards the end of the previous week or the beginning of next week. And I have a secondary channel called Old World Sorcerer Nan. On that one, I cover Japanese anime or cartoons in general. And right now, my co-host and I are doing the Overlord Dark Fantasy. It's a good show. If you like dark fantasy with adult themes, go ahead and check it out. We're right in the middle of season 4 of that anime show. And I do the watch parties on that show on Fridays, 8 p.m. Pacific time, usually after Grella's Walton streams. Beyond that, to everyone here, every new watch hour of Watch Minute encourage us to make more content for you guys on YouTube, as well as to hopefully make a few dollars off YouTube besides our day jobs. And I'll turn over to PvP to go ahead and give his own little self-promotion if he has anything to say.
Nope, nothing much happening. Between weird stuff going on at work the last few weeks, that's been a major distraction, and so I haven't even thought about doing anything. I did start to build a Clem Burke tribute of Blondie's tunes on one of my playlists last night, but it was getting late, so I think I only put about 4 songs on there so far, and it's probably still in private mode. So maybe in a week or two I'll finish that sucker off, because Clem was an amazing drummer. And if you would, Gorilla, once you end the stream, just please play that little 2-minute and 24-second clip of that Blondie song, because Clem Burke he's fucking psychotic on the drums in that song. It's so awesome. So yeah, I'm really sad. Like, I thought Clem was one of the greatest drummers of all time. I put him up there with Keith Moon, Neil Peart, like all the greats. He had his own style, his own originality, and he beat the shit. He had so much power and energy, and yet precision. You know, when a drummer's got power, but he's got precision at the same time, that's a winning combo, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm done, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, Mikey, I guess you're up next then, if you already went already.
No, I haven't done yet.
Get up to the plate, somebody.
Yeah. Okay. Well, tomorrow, of course, is Walton's that I'll be co-hosting along with PvP and Resolute Germ for The Fox, which is from season 4. Next week, of course, same thing. I've got my shows Monday through Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then on the 20th of April, which is Easter, we decided to go ahead and move it up a day to celebrate not only Easter Sunday, but also to celebrate me and Suzanne's 9-year wedding anniversary when we got married 9 years ago in a courthouse in Phoenix, Arizona, with my parents as witnesses. And I want to try to, and we'll do this before Gorilla, has his Cinema Sunday, if he's doing a Cinema Sunday on that day. But I also want to be able to simulcast with Gorilla and with Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf, because I believe she's planning an Easter celebration live stream herself. So if we can get that all together, that would be great. And then finally, on the 26th of April this month, I've got planned, hopefully if Sci-Fi Sit Down wants to join me again, we're going to be going back to the fan films. And the next Star Wars fan film I got planned is the one called Heir to the Empire, which features Grand Admiral Thrawn. So that's all coming up in the next couple weeks here on Mikey Sue's 4. Always expect the unexpected. Everybody and everyone all at once.
All right, and if you're done, Mikey, I guess Germ is up then for his own little self promotion. Germ's
Yep,
up to
Germ's
Mike.
up. Yep.
Yep. This Saturday on Saturday Morning Cartoons, the 77 Filmation classic Space Sentinels.
Nice.
All right, and if Gorilla's done playing with this banana,
What?
off screen,
What?
he a little self promotion.
Why did you say that? Play with this gorilla? Play with this banana. Oh, fuck. Oh, gorilla.
Are you back, Gorilla?
Gorilla, wake up.
Gorilla.
Silverback man. Wake up.
Well,
Come on, you old gray-haired, furry-backed beast. Where are you?
well,
Okay. Gorilla is officially asleep, so
Oh, shit.
Did he just fall asleep again? Oh,
No,
man.
asleep.
Well,
apparently.
I'm not
Fresh
asleep.
bananas.
Who says I'm asleep?
You.
So,
Gorilla,
whose turn is it to promote themselves?
It's
Yours.
just you, gorilla.
It's you.
it's
You already
you.
did our
Okay,
stuff.
well, I was waiting for everybody to stop talking there. But,
Yeah.
all right, tomorrow's Walton's episode review of The Fox.
Yeah.
Sunday. I think you guys want to do Terminator movies?
Yeah,
Sure.
what the hell?
sure.
Yeah, I could go for. Well, the first two are awesome. I don't know about the later ones, but yeah,
Alrighty.
I enjoy Terminator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Then next Tuesday will be a cigar lounge, and then I'll be posting a bunch of stuff here throughout the things there. So with that, everyone have a good night, and remember to be a gorilla. Oh, oops, I forgot to click it.